Hello, welcome to the When I Have Spare Time podcast. My name is Frank, and I'll be sitting here talking to you for a little bit. Um, as usual, I'm wearing a shirt that has a Korean woman's face on the front. Young from ITZY. Most of my shirts that have a Korean woman's face on the front, I think actually belong to her. And that's only because I want to have sex with her. But anyway, I was um I was watching someone's YouTube video. I forgot who it was. I believe it was Ryan Kinnell from the RK Outpost. I believe it was him, and he was talking about a story. But you know how websites will have advertisements and like other links to their other stories. So one of the links to the other story was Rachel Dolezal. You know that if I remember correctly, she was a white woman pretending to be black, and she was like the head of like the double A, like the NAACP or something like that. I know it sounds weird, but yeah. So like she was a white woman pretending to be black, and she was in charge of some black organization. And I know nothing about these black organizations because I don't really give a rat's ass. But anyway, um, well, I'm really not worried about black rights. I'm worried about hot chicks' rights. The most important demographic, and this is all opinion, but I think my opinions are facts. The most important demographic is hot chick. It's the only demographic I care about. And then, like, if you want to break that down even further, hot Asian chick, by far. But anyway, so that whole controversy happened where I guess people who knew her, who were sick of her lying about being black, even though she was like white, outed her, and she got fired or whatever. But anyway, so she disappeared from the public, I guess. But anyway, she has an OnlyFans account because the headline of the article was like Rachel Dolezal has an OnlyFans account, whatever. Okay. Um. Okay. First of all, she's ugly. She's a post-wall woman. I think she's in her 50s. She looks like she's in her 50s. Okay, but anyway, the fact that she has an OnlyFans account and the fact that she has subs, the fact that she has subscribers, shows you the state that men are in. Why are you subscribing to a post-wall? It just doesn't make sense. Um, I mean, okay, like forget her age, whatever. Because like, you could be ugly at 16, you could be ugly at 85. Like a good-looking person is a good-looking person, okay. But she's just ugly. You throw in the post-wall thing. I don't understand how a woman that looks like that, because yeah, obviously I did not go to her OnlyFans, but they showed pictures of her, going. She has an OnlyFans, so I'm assuming that picture. It was like this picture of her like looking glam, like she's. It looked like a photo that you would take at the mall, except it was like a little higher quality and it had like less filter, or at least less obvious filter. She looked like she looked like a black chick from a '90s R&B video. She looked like she was in what's like a group like that. She looked like she was in like Jade. She had like braids, wearing like the black dress, and she had like I'm a '90s hip hop artist jewelry. I don't I guess what they say is true, like about the porn industry. Like there's a niche for everyone. Like it doesn't matter what you look like. If you're a woman, there is a segment of the male population that is really into that, and she proves it. Because if she can have an OnlyFans and actually have subs, I'm like, wow. Because there's nothing attractive about this woman. But apparently, I guess there's a market for everything. Which means like there's a market for like a bucket of shit. If you had a bucket of dog shit and put it on eBay, someone will buy it. Apparently, because that is the equivalent of subscribing to Rachel Dolezal's OnlyFans. I mean, what is going on? I mean, like, the front page news should be, how did this ugly chick get an OnlyFans? How did this ugly chick get subscribers? That should be the biggest news story right now. Not Russia invading Ukraine, not China invading Taiwan, not Joe Biden not knowing where he is, not Joe Biden saying the next Supreme Court nominee is going to be a black woman, which is completely stupid. He's going to be, first of all, the guy's racist, which is fine. But the number one criteria for his next nomination is she has to be black and she has to be a woman. That is the worst thing. I've never heard of such bullshit. Forget qualifications. We're just gonna pick a black woman. Well, that's dumb. Anyway, yeah, that should be the biggest news story. And every guy who's like sub to this Rachel chick, they need to be publicly shamed. I mean, Jesus Christ. It's like you're making post-wall woman a thing. No, Rachel should be invisible, where she belongs, in the back of no one's mind. She shouldn't be on anyone's mind. If OnlyFans had any respect for what they do, they would ban her and every woman that's post wall doing what she's doing. I mean, I know there's a whole thing about MILFs, but she's not even a MILF. She's like a GILF. But then she's not even a GILF. I've I've seen GILFs. Don't ask me how. She's not a GILF. Rachel Dolezal is, I drank 2 bottles of vodka and did E. Somehow I can still get it up, but I'm too incoherent and a hot mess to get a chick I like. But I'll settle for this. I mean, come on. As I quote Joe Biden, come on, man. Jesus Christ. There on a scale of 1 to 10, she's a 2. And then there's a 2 up right now hearing this going, why are you insulting me? Rachel is I'm saying unfuckable. Okay? You know, like when you see a chick 10-10 would bang. When I see her, I go 1-1. I'm sorry. 110 would not bang. She's a 1 out of 10, even though I don't really use that scale. She's a 1 out of 10. And I'm only saying 1 because I'm being nice. She's a 0 out of 10. Okay? I don't know what else would make her less attractive, but can we get into the negatives? I don't know. I was disgusted. Okay? Disgusted. And the pictures looked like, they were taken professionally. Oh boy. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Okay, so like, you have an ugly post-wall chick like her with an OnlyFans, okay? And then on the other side, you have Alicia Silverstone. I guess she was photographed at a park. I mean, I don't know where this photograph came from, but it looks like she's at a park because she's in a blue dress. She's like walking, and there's people around her, and they look like they're being casual. So like, it looks like it's like at a park, maybe. I don't know, whatever. People are calling her fat. Alicia Silverstone is 45 years old. I saw the picture that people are making fun of her online. Alicia Silverstone, even though she is an average-looking woman, and I don't know why they're calling her fat, The average American woman is 5'4", 170 pounds. That's fat. Alicia Silverstone, um, maybe weighs 130 pounds. Considering the average woman is fat, calling Alicia Silverstone fat is just wrong. Considering she's a 45-year-old woman with like kids or a kid, I don't know. Uh, she looked actually pretty good. I mean, because you have to base it on what does the human population have to offer, and right now it doesn't have much to offer. She looks pretty good, and on a scale of being fat to skinny, she looked normal. She looked like she looked like a soccer mom that like drank wine and popped pills, and like those are the skinny ones, you know. The problem I have with Alicia Silverstone is her face. Like she's always looked weird to me. It's like she can't smile. She looks like there's 10-pound weights connected to either side of her lip. That's what she's always looked like. Her body's fine. I've never had a problem with Alicia Silverstone's body. Like she gives a fuck what I think. But there's something about her face where it looks like she has 10-pound weights tied to each side of her lip. So like when she smiles, she looks like a God, what does she look like? She looks like a puppet, you know? You know, like one of those ventriloquist puppets, and like the mouth just flaps up and down. She looks like she's a human version of that. But like in terms of her being fat, no, she doesn't even come close. Like if you want to shame someone, please fat shame someone who's actually fat. You're like degrading the word fat shame. Alicia Silverstone is skinny compared to the average woman. I mean, like, why making fun of someone and putting someone down and being mean to them is the greatest thing ever. But don't ruin it by just picking a random target. Okay? Like, look at the average cast member of SNL. Like, they got some fat chicks on there. Fat shame them. Fat shame someone who's fat to make them skinny. Help them out. Fat shaming Alicia Silverstone is like calling me a drug addict. I don't give a fuck. You're calling a basically a skinny woman fat, while you have these fat positivity chicks who are killing themselves and trying their best to get diabetes. You're calling them, beautiful and brave. I do not get the logic here. I do not. Put it this way, I I would have sex with Alicia Silverstone. If I saw her at a bar, the first thing I'd think, oh well, that's a post-wall woman who needs attention. But then you get a fat chick who's shaped like a beach ball. Oh, she's brave. Oh, you can't question her weight. She's beautiful. No, no. Anyone, any woman who who's about body positivity, 9 times out of 10 is ugly. 9 times out of 10 is fat. 9 times out of 10 needs to be body shamed. You should be body shamed. Because look at you, you look horrible. And also, fat people usually have health problems, usually don't live as long. I mean, there's a reason why you don't see 80-year-old fat people. There's a reason why. It's just not healthy. And that's why they don't look good. Unhealthy people aren't attractive because they're unhealthy. It's just natural to not be attracted to something that's healthy. I mean, sorry, it's natural to not be attracted to something that's unhealthy. Why would you be attracted to a dying person? I mean, if that's your kink, I get it. Listen, I like gothic girls too, okay? I'm not kink shaming. I'm fat shaming. Big difference. Skinny equals attractive. Skinny equals, oh, that person's in shape. That person takes care of themselves. Alicia Silverstone actually looks like she takes care of herself. For a 45-year-old woman with kids or kid, I mean, I don't know how many kids she has, but I know she has at least one kid. A 45-year-old woman with a kid, she looks pretty good. She doesn't look like she's not shredded, but she is not fat. Trust me, she's not fat. You stand her next to the average woman, because I believe she's Canadian. You stand her next to the average American woman, Alicia Silverstone is looking good. Okay, trust me, she is not fat. So it could just be trolling because it is the internet. But hell, like if the average American woman looked like her, dude, that'd be that'd be great. When me and my skinny mother go to the store to buy groceries, we both make fun of all the fat people. 9 times out of 10, and I'm just saying that because I like saying the phrase 9 times out of 10, we are the skinniest people in the store. Okay? It's like the average woman that we see when we go to Trader Joe's is fat. And I'm like, I didn't know Trader Joe's was a candy store because if you're shopping there, you should be in shape. Trader Joe's doesn't sell like, usually it doesn't sell like bad food, like junk food, food that makes you fat. So, like, are these people just shopping here just to show off? Like, oh yeah, I have a thyroid problem. That's why I'm fat. Look at me. I eat healthy. I shop at Trader Joe's. You know, out of all the guys in the store, you'll see like two or three guys who are skinny, and the men are the men are in better shape than the women by far. But you'll see like whatever 10 guys that are skinny, the rest the rest are fat. You'll see 5 women that are skinny, the rest are fat. I don't know. This our population is fat. It's disgusting, completely disgusting. But for some reason we're the trend is to fat shame skinny people or just people who look normal. And when it comes to fat people, we call them brave and healthy. No, it is backwards. And then like you would just think for health reasons, because of the recent fantasy flu problems we've been having. The fantasy flu that's swiping, sorry, sweeping across the nation. Um, Most of the people who have died are fat people and old people. You would think just for the nation's health in the current health crisis, the fantasy health crisis, you would be like pushing the narrative that like, yeah, it's time to start fat shaming because it's time to keep people alive, keep them healthy. If you want to fix your health, the number one thing to do is lose 20 pounds. That should be your goal. Because if you do that, you're gonna look better, you're gonna feel better, you're gonna live longer, and it's gonna put it into this like, you know, body positivity bullshit. Body positivity means you gave up and you're sick of people making fun of you. You gave up and you need other people's validation, so you're trying to make it a thing. No, sorry. Fat is not good. Stop going to McDonald's. Eat a carrot. If you can't do that, just shove 8 carrots in your mouth so you don't have any room to eat a burger. Makes no sense. Makes no sense. But anyway, but that's the problem. See, it's because there's more fat people than skinny people. You have more people in fat power delegating, dictating how things should be. Because you got fat people going, oh, well, no, this is healthy. Like, oh, boy. And because the skinny people are outnumbered, their voices are squashed under all the weight of the fatness. It's just how it is. But, it'll all work itself out because the population is going to change and all these fat people are going to, like, die off like crazy. And then in the end, you'll have a select group like us who are skinny. the, the superior weight race. Anyway, I've said enough. Peace.